Pennywise, 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 she's the girl with a big surprise. Watch her show and listen close, and you'll be Pennywise, you'll be Pennywise, you'll be Pennywise too. You'll be Pennywise, you'll be Pennywise, you'll be Pennywise too.
Today we're going to learn about money, but first, this important word from Pennywise.
Oh, that will be $6.20, sir.
All right. Let me just get my money out here. There.
What's that?
I use bowling balls for money.
Oh, I have heard of people using all sorts of things for money, but bowling balls?
Why not? They're big and round.
Sir, and nowadays we use coin or paper money. And aren't they a bit of trouble to carry around?
Well, sort of.
How much are they worth?
Well, I don't know. Nobody accepts them for money.
Neither do we.
Oh!
Why don't you just use coin or paper money?
Jimbo, Sally, and their robot Think crash-landed on a strange planet. Now they need transportation to the king's palace so he can fix their spaceship. But they've run into a big problem. What will happen to the space kids?
Sure, you can use this berry picker to ride to the king's palace, but you'll have to exchange something for it.
Think. Where's Think?
Think, we're sorry. We shouldn't have yelled at you. But we love you, Think. Sure we do.
We couldn't do without you.
Think, we're really sorry. Won't you help us?
Great!
Think, isn't there something we can use to pay this man?
People have used all kinds of things to exchange. Beads, stones, bars of iron, precious metals. They all have one thing in common. People have used them because they're valuable or scarce. They set a value on these things, then use them to get what they want. Money is just another form of exchange. We use it to buy goods and services. People all over the world use money. It may look different, but it does the same thing everywhere. Coins are light metal. Paper is even lighter and is in larger denominations, so we often use it in place of a lot of coins. With money, you can trade, set a value on things, or just save it and use it later. Money. It makes things a lot easier.
Well, we don't have any money here. We need something that's valuable, something that's scarce, and something that lasts and lasts.
Hey, I've got an idea. Something everyone will recognize. How about these?
They're beautiful.
Hey, where'd you get those?
Oh, out near the Boogleberry Forest. They're very hard to find.
They'll last a long time, too. Okay, we'll use them, kind of like money.
Now, how many?
Well, let's say 2. Hey, I just thought of something.
What?
Well, if I accept these rocks for my berry pickers, and I want to use them to get something, what if no one will accept them?
You're right.
Everyone has to accept what's being used as money. They have to recognize it and know it is valuable.
That's right, Mr. Blacksmith. You can't exchange the rocks for something unless the next person agrees to accept them, too.
Oh, no. We're right back where we started.
No, there's a way you can do that.
Huh?
You're going to the king's palace.
Right?
Just get the king to issue a decree. Get him to order all ramiframs henceforth, here and now, and howsoever, to use these rocks for money. Where are my rocks? Has anyone seen my rocks?
I don't know.
You
I
here
haven't
a second
seen
ago.
your
I mean,
rocks.
I haven't seen
Have you
them.
seen your rocks? I haven't
Where
seen
are
them.
they? Here they are, Mr. Blacksmith. You dropped them.
Phew.
You know, we need a safe place where we can put our rocks, so we won't lose them.
And maybe the king can find us a place to keep all the rocks.
What kind of place?
I guess you'll have to take that up with the king. Goodbye. Good luck.
Can the kids decide what to do? Will they get to the King's Palace? Don't miss the next exciting episode of Space Kids. And now an important message from Pennywise.
Why do people use paper money? You see this bill? It's worth $10. Now there's another kind of money, coin money. Now, there are as many pennies on this table as this bill is worth. $10, there are 100 pennies in every dollar. So we must have 1,000 pennies or 1,000 pennies. Now, which would you rather carry around? This little convenient bill or 1,000 pennies? You see this $5 bill? Isn't it easier to carry than all these nickels? And see this $20 bill? Now, isn't this easier to carry than 200 dimes? Paper money, it's so easy and so light.
Hey, look! Here comes Ice Cream Man.
Hi, Ice Cream Man. One popsicle, please.
Coming up.
Ice Cream Man, money is exchange, isn't it?
Sure it is.
Then why won't you exchange something else for this popsicle besides money?
What do you mean?
Something else, like a sandwich. I could go get you one.
Oh, thank you, Bobby, but I've already eaten lunch. Besides, it might be pretty bad if you did that.
I don't get it.
Things used to be done that way. People traded almost anything for goods and services. They called that barter. But there were so many things to trade that pretty soon it got confusing. If people traded lots of different things, you'd have a mess. Think about it.
Too confusing, right?
Right. So money came into use. And since we're all using money, we can set a value on things. We can decide how much money they're worth. And if we're all using the same thing to buy goods and services, then there's no need to waste our time trying to make trades. We can all spend our time doing what we do best. And I sell ice cream.
And popsicles.
Right. So now you know about two kinds of money, coins and paper.
Sure.
But did you know that there's another kind of money?
That everybody uses?
Well, almost everybody. I'm going to get my cleaning, and I'm going to pay for it without using coins and paper money.
Wow.
Want to see how I do it?
Sure.
Ask your mom if you can take a ride with me.
Okay.
We use coins and paper to carry around because they're convenient. But many people accept another kind of money. I'll show you. Hi. Came to pick up my cleaning.
Right, sir? Cash or check?
Check.
Check?
Right. That's the other kind of money. It's a note to the bank where I keep my money, telling them to give a certain amount of it to the cleaners. It's called a demand payment to the bank.
That'll be $3.50, please.
You just tell the bank how much to give.
Right. I write out the exact amount. I don't have to carry any cash or mail it. You should never mail coins or paper money, but I can mail a check safely because only the person I write the check out to can cash it at the bank.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
I don't have a checkbook, Ice Cream Man, but I do have the exact amount.
The exact amount for what?
Another popsicle.
Be watching next time when we'll learn about banks.
Sure, I'll have this berry picker pull the cart to the king's palace. We can use these shiny rocks of glixes, just like people use money. I'll take the rocks as my payment.
You need a safe place to keep the rocks.
I think we can help you. We're going to start using these to pay people for their work.
Hey, let me see one of those. Boy, this tastes terrible.
No, you don't eat them.
Well, what good are they then?
We're going to use them to buy things. You'll be able to get something besides berries for your work.
Well, the bank uses your money to loan to other people. If they didn't, you wouldn't be eating that ice cream today.
Why's that?
Just like I said a minute ago, loans.
You borrow money from the bank? What's the matter? Are you broke?
Pennywise, she's the girl with a big surprise. Watch her show and listen close, and you'll be Pennywise, you'll be Pennywise, you'll be Pennywise too. You'll be Pennywise, you'll be Pennywise, you'll be Pennywise too.
Today we're going to learn about banking, but first, this important word from Pennywise.
Almost everyone keeps his money in a bank, but some people don't. We are here with Mr. Walter Jenkins of Main Street, and he doesn't keep his money in the bank.
You can say that again, little lady.
But where do you keep it?
I keep all my money inside a big pillowcase.
Yes, but banks have a big vault to keep your money safe.
It's safe right here. Oh no. I took the wrong pillowcase. Where's my money?
Walter, honey, I'm going into town. Oh, I thought I sent all these pillowcases to the laundry.
Oh no.
A bank is a pretty safe place to keep your money.
Jimbo, Sally, and their robot Think crash-landed on a strange planet. Now they have to get their spaceship fixed. What will happen to the Space Kids?
Sure, I'll have this berry picker pull the cart to the king's palace. We can use these shiny rocks of glixes, just like people use money. I'll take the rocks as my payment.
Where are you going to keep them? You can't carry around a bunch of rocks. They're too heavy.
You need a safe place to keep the rocks.
But first, we need to get to the king's palace. Let's go.
Goodbye. Good luck.
So long.
Goodbye.
Not too much farther, is it, Glix?
No, we should be very close now. Don't worry, Fink. I'd know that roar anywhere.
It's the bug-nosed Benoctopus, little people.
Hello, Mr. Benoctopus.
Hi, Benoctopus.
I'm glad to see you. We missed you since we left you in the Boogleberry Forest.
Yeah. How's the work going?
Not so good, folks. You were paying me in boogleberries. So, I've been eating them ever since you left me. And I ate so many that I have a stomachache.
That's terrible.
Why do you eat so many?
I have to. They get rotten if I don't eat them right away. They don't last.
I think we can help you. We're going to start using these to pay people for their work.
Hey, let me see one of those. Boy, this tastes terrible.
No, you don't eat them.
Well, what good are they then?
We're going to use them to buy things. You'll be able to get something besides berries for your work.
But I don't think you can carry a bunch of these rocks around. They are too heavy.
That's what I said.
We need some place, some safe place, to keep the rocks for everybody.
Let's ask Think. Think? Any ideas?
Everybody uses money to buy goods and services. Most people keep money in a safe, convenient place. A bank. Banks do many things. At some banks, people can keep their money and write checks to use it. This way, they don't have to carry around a lot of money. People use other banks mostly to save money. Since people keep their money in banks, many banks have money to loan people. These people pay the bank some extra money when they borrow money. That's called interest. And then the bank pays money to the people who leave their money in savings accounts. That's also called interest. We know our money is in good hands when it's in a bank.
That's what we need for our rocks then. A bank.
But where?
That's easy. When we ask the king to accept the rocks as money, let's ask him to start a bank right there at the palace.
Hey, can I go with you?
Sure. Hop aboard.
Well, hey, I think I'm too big for that. I'll just walk.
Let's go. Boy, this is some palace.
Well, it's now or never.
Well, hello there.
We're here to see the king, please.
Of course. I'm Strix, the king's prime minister. Just a moment, please.
I hope this all works out.
I hope we get home.
I hope they have some peanut butter for us when we get home.
I hope I don't have to eat any more boogleberries for a while.
The king will see you now. Follow me, please.
This is some palace.
The king always has the finest.
He's the king. He can do anything he wants.
Right, and here we are.
Sir, your royal kingness, I'm Jimbo, and this is Sally, and this is our robot, Think, and this is Glix, and this is the bug-nosed Benoctopus.
Pleased to meet you, your royalness, sir, your greatness.
Thank you, Mr. Benoctopus. Sir, we landed on your planet in a spaceship, and this part is broken, and we wanted to ask your kingness if you would fix it. And we also wanted to talk to you about accepting rocks for money and setting up a bank, and...
I don't know what you're talking about.
Jimbo, if we can't get the king to understand us, we'll never get home.
How will Jimbo and Sally get out of this mess? Will they ever get home again? Find out on the next exciting episode of Space Kids. And now an important message from Pennywise.
You all know about saving money in the old piggy bank, right? Now take this $5 and we put it in the piggy bank. What happens after a year? You still have $5. Now presenting an amazing new way to save money.
The bank. I put my $5 in a real bank a year ago, and I got my $5 back plus extra money. The bank paid me for just having my money in there. And the extra money is called interest.
Now your $5 can stay in the piggy bank for a year all by itself, or
you could put your money in a real bank like mine and get interest too.
Think about it.
Hey, look! Here comes Ice Cream Man.
Hi, Ellen.
Can I have some chocolate swirl, please?
Coming right up.
Well, I guess I'm going to be grown up.
How's that?
Well, Mom and Dad decided I was going to be a big girl now and should start saving my money. They want me to take half of my allowance and save it.
That's a good idea. People should always save some of their money.
Yeah, but if you put your money in a piggy bank, it just sits there.
Not if you put it in a real bank.
What's the difference? Do you save your money in a bank?
Sure I do. The only difference is that your money doesn't just sit there. The bank pays an interest on your savings.
Why?
Well, the bank uses your money to loan it out to other people. If it didn't, you wouldn't be eating that ice cream today.
Why is that?
Just like I said a minute ago, loans.
You borrow money from the bank? What's the matter? Are you broke?
No. Banks loan people money for many reasons. Houses, college education for kids, even vacations. Then the people repay the bank, and they pay an interest to the bank for letting them use the money. I borrowed money for another reason, for my van, for a new freezer, even my first supply of ice cream. And little by little, I'm repaying the bank. In the meantime, I still have my business, thanks to the bank. Where do you think that the money the bank lends people comes from?
I don't know. Where?
From the saving money you and other people put in.
Wow.
So, where would you rather save your allowance? In a piggy bank at home or in a real bank where they pay you interest?
You sure convinced me, Ice Cream Man. I'll see you guys later. Where are you going? I'm going to get my allowance and put it in my piggy bank.
Are you sure?
Yeah, and then I'll take it to the real bank. See you.
See you.
Be watching next time when we'll learn about credit.
Sire, we have a problem.
What is it?
Our mechanics are working to fix the stellaroscope, but they have a question to ask our young visitors.
I command you to ask it.
Jimbo, Sally, how are you going to pay for it?
What?
The stellaroscope, the repair bill.
But we don't have any money.
Or even any rocks or boogleberries.
We can't pay.
We'd like to help you, but if you don't pay, you can't take the stellaroscope back with you.
Hey, Ellen, how you doing?
Ice Cream Man, am I glad to see you?
What can I do for you?
Every time you come up, I can't decide what to buy. I want some of every kind of ice cream you have.
Well, you can't have it all, can you?
Sure I can. We learned in school about a way that I can get all the ice cream on your truck.
Pennywise, Pennywise, Pennywise. She's the girl with a big surprise. Watch her show and listen close, and you'll be Pennywise, you'll be Pennywise, you'll be Pennywise too. You'll be Pennywise, you'll be Pennywise, you'll be Pennywise too.
Today we're going to learn about credit. But first, it's time to play Win That Rabbit.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Mr. Jenkins.
Let's play.
Yes, you have 10 seconds to answer this question, and you are a winner.
I get the prize?
You bet. When I say go, you have to give me 3 ways you can pay for this big, big bunny.
Wow.
Now go.
Money.
Yes, one way.
Let's see, checks.
That's another way. One more.
Credit cards.
That's it, a credit card. This amazing little card that lets you charge a purchase at many different stores.
Great. What's my prize?
You know the name of the game. Win That Rabbit. Join us next time for Win That Elephant.
Jimbo, Sally, and their robot Think crash-landed on a strange planet. And now they want the king to fix their spaceship. What will happen to the Space Kids?
Sir, your kingness.
Why does my Prime Minister wish to address me?
Well, sir, these people came from another planet and...
I can see that. Get on with it.
Jimbo, explain to the king, please.
Well, sir, we crash-landed on your planet, and if we're ever to get home again, we need to fix this broken part of our spaceship.
I'll have the mechanics who fix our carts take a look at it.
But, sir, that's a very delicate part. I don't think they...
Strix, take that to the mechanics.
Can you fix this part to a spaceship?
Oh, sure. Can't we?
Maybe. I think we can, but listen. I think you're going to pay.
Yeah. Come here. He wants to know how we're going to get paid.
Oh, no. I have to tell them. Sire, we have a problem.
What is it?
Our mechanics are working to fix the stellaroscope, but they have a question to ask our young visitors.
I command you to ask it.
Jimbo, Sally, how are you going to pay for it?
What?
The stellaroscope. The repair bill.
But we don't have any money.
Or even any rocks or boogleberries.
We can't pay.
We'd like to help you, but if you don't pay, you can't take the stellaroscope back with you.
I wonder what this stuff is. It's, oh yeah, it's,
Yeah, I know. What?
I don't know. But it tastes pretty good.
What'll we do?
Think, you've gotten us out of jams ever since we hit this planet. If you've got any Thinkatron power left at all, tell us. What should we do? How can we get our stellaroscope back? Please.
Sometimes people can make a purchase and put off payment until later. This is credit. There are 2 kinds of credit. The first is a charge account. That's when a store sells you something and trusts you to pay them later. Most stores have charge plates. The other kind of credit is a credit card that's issued by banks or large credit companies. A credit card is good at a lot of different stores, not just one. Each store that accepts a credit card sends the bill to the credit card company, which sends it to the customer. Both kinds of credit let you get what you want now and pay for it later. Credit. It's a different way to pay.
That's it, your kingness. Offer these people credit. Let them take their stellaroscope and pay for it later.
A good suggestion, Strix. I'll do it.
Wonderful.
Now, young man, anything else?
Well, yes, sir. This is the bug-nosed Benoctopus, and he's been working in the boogleberry forest. They've been paying him in boogleberries, but the boogleberries aren't a very good form of money because they go bad. So Glix here had the idea of using these rocks like the money we use on Earth.
The only thing is, you have to make a decree so that everybody accepts them.
And then there should be a safe place to keep them, because they're very valuable and there aren't many of them. We have to have a bank.
Could you do that, sir?
We'll deal with the bank later, if they can repair your device.
Brown goo?
Tastes good.
What is it?
I don't know.
I wonder what's taking them so long.
I hope they can fix it.
And I hope we get a bank.
Will the king's mechanics fix the stellar scope? Will the king set up money and a bank? Will Jimbo and Sally ever get home again? Find out the answers to these questions and more in the exciting conclusion of Space Kids. And now an important message from Pennywise.
Miss.
Yes, sir.
I need a baseball glove, and I need it quick.
Oh, well, we have one right over here.
It's an emergency, and I don't have any money with me. I need to use my charge account.
Oh, well, you have to sign right over here. See, that's all there is to it.
Thanks. I really needed this glove now.
Charge accounts. They're for emergencies, too.
Hey, look! Here comes Ice Cream Man.
Hey, Ellen, how you doing?
Ice Cream Man, am I glad to see you?
What can I do for you?
Every time you come up, I can't decide what to buy. I want some of every kind of ice cream you have.
Well, you can't have it all, can you?
Sure I can. We learned in school about a way that I can get all the ice cream on your truck.
You did? What way is that?
Well, Ice Cream Man, I'm going to buy all of your ice cream, every bit of it.
But how you going to pay for it?
That's easy. You can give me credit.
Credit?
Sure. That's when I can get what I want or what I need now and pay for it later.
Well, that's a good idea, Ellen, but I'm afraid it won't work.
Well, that's how grown-ups do it, isn't it?
Not if they're smart. You see, credit is nothing more than a promise to pay later. But there's a big danger in credit, and you have to watch out for it. If you're not careful, you can promise to pay for a lot more than you can afford. If I bought all this furniture, all the things I wanted, I'd have a nice house, maybe even too nice. Credit is just like money. You can buy with it, but not more than the amount of money you have coming in. You learned in school that people want more than they need, remember?
People want more than they need. I remember.
And sometimes more than they can afford. And if they use credit to get everything they want, there are two things wrong. First, they might have wanted too much. And second, when the bill comes, it might be more than they have wanted to pay. Credit is a very good thing, but only if people use it wisely. So, the right amount of credit can get you what you need when you need it, but too much credit can really get you into trouble.
Maybe I'm not ready for credit yet, Ice Cream Man. All I really wanted today was one ice cream sandwich.
Okay, one ice cream sandwich coming up.
Be with us next time for a special episode of The Space Kids.
We're so thankful, Your Kingliness, that you gave us credit to fix our stellar-scope.
Yes, the mechanics are working on it right now.
I hope the mechanics know enough to fix it.
Oh, our mechanics are very skillful.
Ask him.
Sire, you remember that we asked you to set up a bank to keep the rocks in?
Why do you keep asking me about that bank?
But, sire, the bank is just the last step in making our whole Ramafram kingdom better.
Pennywise, 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 she's the girl with a big surprise. Watch her show and listen close, and you'll be Pennywise, you'll be Pennywise, you'll be Pennywise too. You'll be Pennywise, you'll be Pennywise, you'll be Pennywise too.
Today, a special episode of Space Kids. But first, this word from Pennywise.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to our last show. Today we're going to find out if the Space Kids get home all right. Now, let's watch.
Jimbo, Sally, and their robot Think crash-landed on a strange planet. If the king will help them, they'll be able to come back home. What will happen to the Space Kids?
We're so thankful, Your Kingliness, that you gave us credit to fix our stellar-scope.
Yes, the mechanics are working on it right now.
I hope the mechanics know enough to fix it.
I wonder what this stuff is.
I don't know, but it really tastes good.
We'd better have a closer look.
Will that help?
Who knows?
Oh, our mechanics are very skillful.
Ask him.
Sire, you remember that we asked you to set up a bank to keep the rocks in?
Why do you keep asking me about that bank?
But, sire, the bank is just the last step in making our whole Ramafram kingdom better.
A bank? Maybe you would better explain.
This better be good.
Well, we'll have to start back at the beginning.
The beginning is a good place to begin.
Very wise, Your Kingliness.
Where's Think? First of all, sire, you have to understand that people want more than they need. For instance, ice cream cones. You can't have as many as you want.
Why not?
Because, Mr. King, sir, it's important to think before you buy something.
Why?
Because, sire, because... Think, tell him.
Because people only earn a certain limited amount of income. You only earn so much, and that means you can only buy so much. You have to choose among all the things you want.
I never thought of it that way.
Very clever of you, Your Kingliness.
Right, sire.
You have to choose, Your Kingness. Decide what things you need or want most. Then you use your income to get them. And when you do, that's called consumption.
That's right, little person. I consume things too. Remember the boogleberry forest?
Do we?
What happened?
The Bernadette came up and started eating boogleberry trees. All of them. We told him that consumption was good if you use the things you consume wisely. If you use too much, you'll hurt everybody. We told him the thing to do was produce. To help us pick the boogleberries, then he'd be doing something useful, and he'd still be able to eat boogleberries. The berries would be his income.
That sounds like a sensible idea.
It was working great until we got to the boogleberry production line. That's where we make things out of the boogleberries, like jam and jelly. We were having trouble with the line until Jimbo and Sally showed us how to specialize. We got each ramifram to do one job, and the line worked great. They specialized, each one doing his part to make sure the boogleberries came out all right.
We have people who specialize here, too, like, yes, the mechanics who work on our machines are specialists. They only fix machines.
Sire, we haven't been able to fix this thing.
Jimbo, how will we get home?
What is the problem?
An excellent question.
Sire, we are...
There's something stuck here.
Some brown, goopy stuff.
Yeah.
Let me have a look at that. Hey, this is peanut butter.
Peanut butter? Jimbo, when you were eating that peanut butter and jelly sandwich, some of it must have gotten into the stelloscope.
I don't know how peanut butter could have gotten on the stelloscope.
What's peanut butter?
Shh. Would you like to come help us?
Sure.
Let's go.
I hope he can help them fix it.
I do too, Glix, because if he doesn't, we'll never get home.
Are the space kids stranded on the Ramifram planet forever? We'll find out in just a minute. And now an important message from Pennywise.
This store has lots of nice things. Which one do you want? You may want them all, but if your resources are limited, you will have to make a choice. If you pick one, you may have to give up the others. Which one would you choose?
And now, back to Space Kids.
While your friend is gone, young lady, can you please explain to me what all this has to do with the bank?
Certainly, Your Kingliness. After we got the production line working right, we had some more trouble. A big monster called the Grungewort came up, and he tried to eat the machines. But the Benoctopus came up and scared him away. That's when we found out that when people have to do a big job, they depend on each other. Interdependence. If you take one worker away, you hurt the whole job. Everybody depends on everybody else. When we got the Benoctopus to stomp the berries in place of the machine, everything was fine. But we still had a problem, sire. We still had to get here to get our stelloscope fixed. We went to a blacksmith to get a berry picker to take us here, and we found out that when you want something, you have to exchange something else for it. It's like a trade. We wanted to use boogleberries, but they didn't work because they don't last.
Yep, I got a bellyache trying to eat them all up.
Right. We needed something else. We decided you have to exchange something rare and something that'll last. So Glix got the idea of using the rocks he found as money. The blacksmith thought the rocks were a great medium of exchange, or money.
What? Yes, good idea. What if I make a royal decree saying that everybody has to use the rocks for money?
Good idea. And
Yes. And what if I set up a safe place to keep the rocks?
You mean a bank?
A bank. That's what you've been talking about. So be it.
So be it.
That's great, isn't it? Jimbo! Oh, my goodness. He's still with the mechanics. I forgot all about that. I wonder if he's fixed the stelloscope.
There, all finished.
Wow, you really did it.
And if you want to, you can put this stuff on a piece of bread. It tastes great.
Oh, yeah, piece of bread. Well, we knew that.
Sure, we knew that. What's bread?
Well, thanks, guys. I gotta get back.
We've enjoyed our visit to your planet, Your Kingliness, but we really would like to go home.
Certainly, of course. To be sure, and yes.
The first thing I want to do is give my daddy a big hug.
Sally, we got you again.
Daddy!
Where's Jimbo?
He went to try to fix that.
Sally, we did it. It's fixed. We can go home.
That's great. We're waiting to see you. And Jimbo, I've got something special for you when you get here.
What is it?
A peanut butter sandwich.
Peanut butter.
We'll be seeing you soon. Hurry.
Thank you, sire, for letting your mechanics help us and for giving us credit for the cost of the repair, letting us buy now, pay later.
You did most of the work yourself, so there's no charge.
Thanks.
Oh, yes. And remember, don't use so much credit that you can't pay it back.
We know, and now we better go.
Good luck, and have a safe trip.
Bye.
Good trip.
I don't think we would have made it if it hadn't have been for you two. I don't know what to say except we love you.
Thanks very much, both of you.
See you again?
Hey, you're welcome, I'm sure. Now, get out of here before I eat you.
Thank you.
If only the stelloscope works.
It works.
Everybody in? Everybody ready? Then here we go, gang.
We're going home.
When you go home today, think about it. How can you use your money wisely? If you do, you'll be wise with your pennies. You'll be penny wise, just like me. Bye-bye.